This week marks the Jewish festival of Sukkot. Here to talk about the event is Rabbi Shlomo Litvin. He's the director of Chabad of the Bluegrass. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me on.
Of course. So we're talking about the festival. Explain how you celebrate.
So Sukkot celebrates the 40 years the Jews were in the wilderness between Egypt when they entered their homeland of Israel, and God took care of all their needs. He protected us from the rain and from the animals and from everything else, and now we have homes and big, strong doors. But as we've seen through storms throughout Kentucky in the last few years, it isn't our homes that protect us from the elements. It isn't our homes that protect us from all these external threats. It's God. So to remind ourselves of this, for a week we build a hut outside our homes called a sukkah, and I won't drink a glass of water outside the hut next week.
Really?
I am living in the hut. When I'm reading a book, I'll be sitting in the hut, everything but sleeping in the hut. And we'll be living out there, remembering that my protection comes from God.
And you say we, and you have a big family.
Yeah, so I have a 7-year-old, three 7-year-olds. I'm sorry, my twins turned 7 on Monday.
Okay.
So I have 3 7-year-olds, which is insane to say, and a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 5-month-old. And they absolutely love it. So it's a festival of joy. That's the central theme of the festival, to celebrate with God.
Joy. Okay.
And the kids couldn't get enough of it.
And you brought in some props here. Talk a little bit about what you brought in.
So this is a lulav and an esrog. It's 4 species we bring together for the holiday. The lulav is a date palm, which obviously produces this part doesn't, but the tree produces dates. You have a myrtle branch, a willow branch, and a citron.
Okay.
So this together costs about $10, and the citron costs around $300 for this one.
I know you told me you have to have it get shipped in.
So this is from Calabria, Italy, and it's been growing there since Moses, from the same trees, the same orchards.
Wow.
And it's the Rolls Royce of esrogs.
Okay.
But the 4 species, the esrog has a flavor as well as a beautiful smell. Myrtle branches have a nice smell but no flavor.
Okay.
Willows don't have a flavor or a smell, and date palms have a good taste but no smell.
Okay, so do you end up cooking with these?
We don't cook them,
No.
but generally something that has a smell is your personal thing, and a taste is what you give to others. So some work on themselves and have a positive smell but don't do much for the community. Some don't do much for the community or much for themselves. Some help the community but don't help themselves, and some improve themselves and don't improve the community. Those are the 4 kinds of people there are in the world. But for the Festival of Joy, if we want to celebrate together with God and if we want to bring joy, we need all kinds of people brought together. So that's why we have the 4 varied species that we bring together for the holiday.
Okay, cool. And we were also talking about how, you build this mobile sukkahs. How does that work?
So right now in the parking lot, there's a pickup truck with a sukkah on the back. The Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Schneerson, the foremost Jewish leader of the modern era and my personal mentor, believed that in order to celebrate properly, we have to celebrate the holiday with everyone. Okay. So we have a mobile sukkah. It'll go to fairs, it'll go to hospitals to visit those who aren't at home, old age homes, and just to visit Jews who don't have the ability to build their own sukkah and enable them to celebrate. So if you see me driving in a pickup with a 6-foot building on the back that says Happy Sukkot on it, please feel free to honk and wave, and hope you smile, because it's the festival of joy for everyone.
I love it. And what is your favorite part of this festival?
My favorite part is, you mentioned it already, sharing it with my kids. This is something my dad passed on to me. I remember building the sukkah with my dad this afternoon. I've saved the finishing touches on the sukkah, which I've already done most of the building for, so that the kids can participate. Every single kid will either put a branch on top or help hammer in a nail. And then just the community gathering together, having that hut, it's outside, it's away from, it's not in the living room, or you're not in my home, we're all outside together. And it really promotes this feeling of unity. And for students at UK, who many of them are not able to make a sukkah in their dorm room, they'll drop by in the middle of the afternoon to use the sukkah or to borrow the lulav. And just to have that communal feel, that communal joy, is my absolute favorite part of the holiday.
How many students will be a part of it, you think? Because I know you serve a lot of students.
So there'll probably be about 50 UK students in Sukkah over the course of Sukkot. Friday night we have pumpkin spice Shabbat in the Sukkah, mainly because I love pumpkin spice.
Right, and it's fall, it's the season.
Right, exactly. And then every night of Sukkot we have a different party. We have shawarma in the Sukkah. We have shaken, not stirred, where we're going to have mixed drinks in the Sukkah for 21 and over, because we shake the lulav.
Okay.
And every single night we have a different program, and it's just about coming together and celebrating with God and celebrating with your community and bring a little more joy.
That sounds so fun. I'm gonna have to stop by one of these nights.
Any night, I'll send you a schedule.